case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
The Supreme Court in 2016 grappled with a case centered on a sensitive and controversial principle: whether a new rule of constitutional law, once ratified, must be retroactively applied. What this essentially means is that if something has been ruled as unconstitutional or illegal, it cannot remain in force or be enforced retrospectively, despite prior legality. The spotlight was on the earlier ruling in Miller v. Alabama, which declared mandatory life sentences without parole for juvenile homicide offenders unconstitutional. The court was deliberating whether this should apply to cases that already had final sentences when the Miller decision was made. Henry Montgomery, the petitioner, had been living this reality since he was 17 years old. In 1963, Montgomery shot and killed a deputy sheriff, which initially led to a death sentence. However, his conviction was soon overturned due to prejudice. In his retrial, Montgomery was slapped with a life sentence without parole. With no opportunity for mitigation evidence to be presented, he spent most of his life, now aged 69, behind bars. The Supreme has previously stood by the principle of retroactive application. They decreed that new constitutional laws apply retroactively, without compromise or exemption. Speaking to this, they noted that the guarantees provided in the Constitution cannot be dismissed, nor can they be diluted by a grandfather clause, which could potentially uphold sentences that go against the Constitution. Reflecting this stance, Louisiana's review procedures were already in place to recognize claims that Supreme Court rulings have rendered some sentences as unconstitutional based on the Eighth Amendment. In line with this, the court ruled that the ban imposed by Miller on mandatory life without parole for juvenile offenders must indeed be retroactive, honoring the fact that constitutional laws are not designed to be temporal, but rather enduring and universally applicable.
Case briefs and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.